Hi everyone, and welcome to another video. Now, it's been a while since my last model railway video, so I decided let's do another one. So today, we're actually going to be doing a layout tour. Now, it's been quite a long time since I did a layout tour, so I've recently had a surge in subscribers recently, so I thought I'll do a layout tour, that way they can see the layout. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this layout tour. Alright, so first off I'm going to address how big the layout is. Now this is something that I actually forgot to do in my first one. So this time I've remembered. So the baseboard is an L shape with two baseboards to make it the L shape. So the board with the station and the town scene and the TMD, that is 4 foot long, 4 foot wide, and 8 foot long. And then this board that you see in front of you with the new scene and everything, that one is just short of 7 feet. It's about 6 foot 11 inches long by 4 feet wide. And then put the two baseboards together, it's 12 foot long overall from that corner to that corner, and then each baseboard is 4 foot wide obviously, and then from this corner to that one, as I said, it's 6 feet 11 inches. So yeah, that's the size of the layout. And yeah, as I said, I forgot to mention that in the previous one, so I thought I'll mention it in this one. So with that said, let's get into the tour, shall we? Okay, so here we are. This is the fiddle yard of the layout. Now I apologise if the lighting isn't so great, but here you can see we've got some stock parked up already. Now it's only 2 lanes at the moment. It will be extended, obviously, with more lanes once I get more rolling stock and everything. But so far that's what I've got. And this is probably the hardest area to get to on the layout, as it's behind the brick wall, so yeah, it's really hard to get to if there's a train derailment or if I need to clean the track or whatever. So this bit down here, this is all easy to get to, but once you start getting past sort of this area here where the point is, it gets a little bit tricky because of the space. Obviously it's a bit hard to reach over, but it'll be alright for now. In the future I might do something about it, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, that's my fiddle yard, and it's not the most fancy fiddle yard in the world. Obviously there are better ones, but works for me. So yeah, so that's the fiddle yard. So let's actually get into the scenery. Okay, so first off we're going to start with the town scene. So this is probably one of the first areas I have worked on when I started building this layout. So basically in the front we got a station building and car park, and then sort of in the middle we got the terrace houses, and then the high street at the back. And I will admit it's nothing special, but does the job, and for me it looks alright. And then in that corner there we got this little construction scene going on, quite a nice scene, I quite like that. So yeah, that's the town scene. Still needs details obviously, so lamps and people and stuff. In fact, I've actually got a pack of people here, so I'll probably put those on there. So yeah, that's my town scene in this area. And then I've also got one along the back here as well. That's the high street. Some of the buildings have fallen down obviously, and then continues all the way down to this corner here where it ends. Quite a nice scene that one is, in my opinion. There's my lovely scratch built high rise. Quite like that. So yeah, that's my town scene. Obviously there are better town scenes that I've seen, but you know, for me it does the job and I like it. So let's move on to another area. Alright, so here's the station, and it's got 4 roads going through it, and in total we've got 3 platforms. So basically this is the I suppose you call it the passing loop for passenger trains that are in this line here, so that way freight trains can go out here. And then where the freight train here is parked up, that's another lane, and then behind it is another one, and the shorter one, that's used for sort of diesel multiple units, or just short trains basically. So that's what that area will be used for. And yeah, it's a nice area. It's probably got, I would say, the most detailed part, I reckon, on just this area here, with all the platform accessories and everything. It's got working lights too, and you probably have seen that in previous videos, and I quite like it. Now the platforms, they are a bit outdated. They're just 18mm plywood. They're not the most realistic platforms in the world, obviously. I do plan to get rid of those and make some more realistic ones in the future, but for now they're going to stay, as well, I've got no issues with them. However, once I get longer passenger cars like the Alcisian E cars, for example, I will probably need to get rid of them. Obviously with my W cars there, I don't need to, but if I get anything longer, then I will need to get rid of them. But it's a nice area, and I like watching trains go through it, especially when it's dark and the station lights are on. I think it looks really, really good. And then behind back there, got the road for the parcels building. So that building is actually used as a waiting room / parcels sorting room, and then goes all the way down there, and then eventually I'll finish that bit off, put like a nice tunnel around it or something like that. So yeah, that's a nice area. It's got some trees and some bushes around it. The fence I scratch built, pretty pleased with that one. So yeah, I think it's a nice area to watch trains, and I really do like it. And then over here we got the TMD. So this was another area I've worked on along with the whole parcels area. So this area is now complete basically. I might add some like lights in the TMD, but we'll see. It's got 4 roads. Each road can accommodate 2 large diesel locomotives. So each road could accommodate 2 X-class locomotives or 2 C-class locomotives. Some of the longer diesel locomotives, as an example. So as you can see, I've got some stuff parked up in there already. So yeah, it's a nice area. Got my abandoned water tower. Got my scratch-built depot office. Really pleased with that one. And there's actually a video on my channel on how I built that depot office, so I'll leave a link to it up in the corner there. And this whole entire scene here has been changed about twice now, and finally got it how I like it, and I'm really, really happy with it. So yeah, that's the whole station and TMD area. So let's move on to another area, shall we? Okay, so moving on to another area. This is the industrial area. Now, I don't really do stuff to this area much. All I did basically was I just put some hard standing down and then just plonked a bunch of buildings on it. And this area, this industrial area, is going to get a major renovation soon, as I've got some ideas for it, and I think you guys are going to like what is coming up for this. So stay tuned, as I've got some exciting news for that bit. So yeah, but that's my industrial scene. Not really much to talk about on it, but yeah, it's alright, but I know it can be better. and eventually it will be better. So yeah, anyways, zoom you out there. So we'll move on to this area here. Now this is still one of my favorite scenes on the layout. This is like a little country area, and this is an area that I put quite a lot of work into actually. I experimented with some new things, like I experimented with plaster cloth, and I made my own rock faces, and I quite enjoyed making this area actually. It's one of my favorite areas to make. Shame I didn't make any videos on doing this because I didn't have a channel at the time when I did this. I wish I did. But yeah, pretty much I made this almost exactly the same as the scene at the back here, which I'll get into in a bit. But yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes, and yeah, I actually really like this one. And then we move over to this corner. I'll just zoom out. So we got the wooded area, as I like to call it, with all the trees and stuff, and then got the abandoned signal box. Really happy with that one. And basically this whole curve here from the tunnel, it's a S-curve, and I really love watching trains go around that curve. It just looks, well, really nice. Honestly, I really like it. So yeah, this is one of my favorite areas to watch trains go around. So yeah, that's this area. Really pleased with it, and yeah, hope you guys like it too. Alright, so this is the last area we're going to have a look at. Now I like to call this the new scene, as it's probably one of the newest areas on the layout. Now I have done videos on how I did all this, so you guys can check those out after. And I really like this scene, and I experimented with some new things. Like I tried out sculptor mold, and I used that grout method that I saw on another guy's YouTube channel. That worked out really good. And I experimented with some new scenery as well, and I just think it turned out really good. And there's some areas on this entire scene that I really like. For one, this park scene I really enjoyed making, with the Spitfire and the pond and the playground and everything. Really enjoyed building that one. I have done a video on how I did the Spitfire scene, so you guys can go watch that, and I'll leave a link to that up in the corner there. And then those three houses, I scratch built. Pretty pleased with those ones, and I did back gardens for them and everything. And again, there's a video covering how I did those back gardens. And then down the ends, just some basic road. And I was originally going to put a hill there, but I decided not to. Just, make extra work for myself. I decided not to. So yeah, this is a whole entire area that I really like. And then obviously we've got the path running from the end down there all the way to the playground. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this scene turned out, and it's one of my favorite scenes on the layout, and it's probably one of the scenes that I put the most time and effort into. I mean, obviously I put a lot of time and effort into all the other areas on the layout, but this area alone is where I put the bulk of my time into, as I really wanted to get this one looking good and realistic. And yeah, I think I've done it, and I'm really pleased with it. So I believe that about completes this tour. Alright, so that brings this layout tour for 2022 to an end. Now, before I go, just two more things. First off, I would like to say a massive thanks to everyone who has subscribed to my channel over the past few months or so, as I have recently hit 400 subscribers. So I can't thank you guys enough for that. So yeah, big thanks to everyone who has subscribed, and has now got me to this fantastic subscriber milestone. Really does mean a lot to me, and I really do thank you guys for that. Now, second thing, there's a channel out there that I've been watching recently, and I think this channel deserves a bit of recognition for what he does. The channel is Top Railroad, and he's only been doing YouTube videos for about 4 or 5 months now, I believe, and the stuff he's done on his channel is absolutely amazing, and he's just come back to the hobby from what I understand, and yeah, he's picking up really well, and he's doing a really good job on his model railway layout. And considering how long he's been on YouTube for, he's doing really well with subscribers as well. He's got like over 2,000 subscribers, and he's only been doing it for about 4 or 5 months, so he's doing really well. So yeah, so good on you, Top Railroad. Keep up the amazing work that you're doing. And I'll leave a link to Top Railroad's channel in the description. Definitely well worth a watch, and he's one of my favourite channels. So yeah, go show him some love, subscribe, tell him that Nicholas's Train channel sent you, and yeah, so that's a channel that I really highly recommend that you check out. Alright, so we're going to end the video here. I would just like to say a massive thank you to everyone who has watched this video. Please subscribe to my channel, as making these videos is not really easy, and the more subscribers I have, the more confidence and I guess support I'll have for these videos. So yeah, if you're new here, please subscribe, click on the little notifications bell and press all. That way you don't miss out on any new videos that I post in the future. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.